Hello YouTube, my name is Willie Lacalle and welcome back to my channel. So today is an awesome day. What do you say, Mr. Chicken? That's Antonio the rooster and his two little renegade chickens over there checking out the jet ski. And here comes Kitty. What do you say, Kitty? Alright, so today I received my EMM back and we're going to get down with our bad selves and put this thing in and see what's going to happen. Hopefully there's no surprises, and what we expect is that this thing is going to run. So we had us a little rainstorm yesterday for the first time in, well, I'm going to say a couple months. So I got some water in my wells. I'm going to crank this thing up and see if we can get that water out of there. Make sure everything's nice and dry before I start working on this thing. I have tools all spread around. I don't want anything getting wet. So and that's what I'm talking about, water in my well there. Looks like I'm gonna have to put it up some more. So I got me a new card for my camera because the last one wouldn't download, and I'm gonna kind of cut this real short here and take it inside and make sure that where it is on my head, everything's right, so you guys don't miss a minute of this thing, because if everything works out right today, we should have this thing running again. And man, that's gonna be fun. So let me take this apart here and open it up and get some shots of the inside and make sure that you can see what I see, and we'll start all the fun. And the fun is I got my potentiometer in today for my fuel gauge, so I'll show you how I'm going to do that. And I got the EMM. We're going to put it in and we're going to crank this thing up, and life is going to be good. It's going to start and we're going to get back on the lake. At least that's what we hope. So just for test purposes, and make sure that you're seeing what I'm seeing, and if so, then I'm going to take this thing inside, download it, and we'll get started here in just a few minutes. Alright, hang with me. I'll be right back. What do you say, Mr. Kitty? Mr. Kitty? Say hello. Right on. Alright, as you can see, we got our water wells dry here, or gunnels, or whatever you want to call them. And now we're going to go ahead and open up our EMM and make sure it's in good shape and start doing our thing. So I'm really pretty excited about this whole deal. I've been dying to get back out on the water. Been getting a lot of messages from you guys just as interested, wanting to know if it's working, and some of you guys telling me that you got yours going and you use somebody else, and well, I guess whatever it takes. We're going to cock-a-doodle-doo about my buddy here in a little bit, hopefully, when this thing fires up, and then I'll tell you exactly who I got it from, and how the whole experience went. I can tell you up to this point it's been pretty positive. So let's see how all this looks. Man, this is fun. This is like the unpackaging, unrevealing, or revealing of the EMM. Here it goes. Alright, so everything looks as it should. Looks like the same one. Remember this little sign over here? I don't know about the serial number and all that, but I don't know that it matters to me. We're going to look through the hole, make sure it's not plugged. I don't know if you can see that, but I can see blue sky through it. So all that looks good to me. Get rid of this for now. So a couple things I did kind of bring you up to speed. I had to remove the switch in order to be able to remove this whole glove box or storage box, whatever you want to call it. I got down in here and disconnected the oil sensor, verified that it was reading correctly. Disconnected the fuel sensor, and I've got all this on another video. I don't know if I put that out yet. If not, I'll get it out as well and show you guys what I did there. And in fact, I'll leave the whole potentiometer part and the whole the whole fuel sensor discussion, you know, for when we get to that point on that video. Now what I need to do is get all this put back together, and unfortunately this nut is so hard to get to with the EMM in that, you know, I'm gonna have to do it now. It's kind of a funky situation because you know, you can't put it in with it out, and you got to have it out to put it in. So, you know, whatever. I guess we'll do whatever it takes to get this thing rolling again and go from there. Right now I'm looking for the nut. Here it is, right here. So we'll go ahead and put that in. You can see the backing nut, it goes on here. And what I had to do to get the switch off, you can see it's got a little broken piece. Somebody's messed with this in the past, and you know, I had to put a wrench on here. I had to kind of jiggle and move and play, and there's no way for me to get a wrench on the bottom side on this nut, so I had to do it manually. And well, there it is. That's how you do it. What I will say is be careful, don't mess up your switch, because if you do, that's going to be costly and expensive and a big old pain in the butt, I guarantee you. Not that I've done it, but I've gotten this far with it. So alright, down here feeling for the nut in my hand, I'm trying to get it back on. You know, just don't reach. As you can see, if the EMM was in, there's no way that you can get your hand in here to do this. So, you know, somebody out there may have a better way to do it. Right now, this is how I have to do it. I tried doing it through the front, and I can't reach it from the front. So, alright, I've started it, or feels like I've started it now. There. It's definitely started. Alright. Okay, so we got that part done. Switch is back in place. I need to tighten it up just a little bit more, and then yeah, we'll get on with it. Move on to the next step. Just hopefully getting the EMM back in. Before I get any further, I need to make sure I can reach these cables. There they go. This is where the sensors plug in. If I'm not mistaken, one of these is for that switch. So make sure we get everything plugged in before we get our EMM installed. Let's see if you can see any of that, what I'm seeing. Hopefully so. Here's the sensor, green on green. Alright, only one way for it to go. Okay. Then I believe this one right here is for the fuel sensor, and I have that one over here. What do you say, Mr. Antonio? Alright, here is the fuel sensor wire, and this is what we're going to hook up to our potentiometer, which we'll get to in the next video. Put all that together. Just want to make sure that this is the right one, and it is. So, alright, we got all that good. I believe there's one more thing that we need to do, and that's the switch. I disconnected it. We need to plug it back in. Just got to find the wire. I found it here. Just gotta get to it. A lot of this is working blind here, y'all, so not much to show you because you can't get in there. But here's the one part. I had the other part in my hand a second ago. Here's the other part. We'll go ahead and try to get it all put back in. 4 and 4. Alright. There's a skinnier part right there. Fortunately, this is a one-handed job due to the space limitations. So we'll see if we can get it started, and then I'll go from there. I may be able to hold it right here. I'm trying to do it with 2 hands right now. Nice if I could get my other hand on in there, but that's not going to happen. Maybe from the other side. Yeah, from the other side. How about that? Again, let me show you in here. Hopefully you can see what I'm seeing. Alright, hold that one. And this one in. There we go. We got it snapped in. Okay. So now start switch is in. All of our electrical except for the batteries hooked up. And we'll save the battery for last, right? We don't want to go zapping anything while we're hooking all this up. Okay. So to take the bracket off for the EMM, take off these 4 bolts right here. And while we have the bracket out, I'm going to stick my hand back in there and finish tightening up that start switch. And when I say start switch, I mean the magnetic theft switch, or whatever you want to call it. So, there. It's about as tight as it's going to get. Alright. We had some hardware in here for the EMM. I believe these are them right here. I think there was 4 of them. Maybe 3. Yeah, 3. So there we go. Get some of these things out of our way so we can see what we're doing. Alright, so we know it goes in this way. And with that being said, that's backwards, right? So EMM is right here. Let's see, this part goes to the back. we go through these right here, like that. So there's no messing this up. It only goes in one way. Doesn't fit the other way. Get them started. We'll crank them down here in just a bit. Okay. So now we're at the point where we have our EMM mounted to our mounting bracket. There we go, in the hole. And at this point, I need to go get some tools. So, you know, the big wiring harnesses goes to this side, which goes to the back, which is this one right here, if you can see it. And the two little ones go up front. Then you have your input and output for the cooling, and then you have your fuel line in and out. So the in is still on, the out is this one right here, which we're gonna. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop this right here. I don't have any tools with me, they're all put up. I'm gonna get them all out, and so I'm gonna re-download this little snippet and make sure everything's good, so we can keep on rolling and show you the rest of how to install this thing. So alright, I'll be back with y'all in just a second. Well, I say there, Mr. Antonio the rooster and the two renegade chickens. Right on. Huh? That's what we're talking. Alright, my friends, so we got our tools ready. And here we go. Man, I just missed Mr. Antonio here. He just started to get his crow on. And he sounds really good for a little beginner. I hope you get to hear him here in the background. So I think this is 10 millimeter. You know, I'm not big on calling all that out to y'all as we work, but just because I got it, here it is. 3 of these, get them put on, tighten down, and that's going to hold our EMM in place. Right on, right on. Alright, so what we got left now is turn this thing around. Alright, like this, and in the hole, I think I had to get it down here earlier, or when I removed it, I had to put it down low in order to get this other one hooked up to it. But you know, we'll figure that out here. Yeah, there's Mr. Antonio getting his little baby crow on. Alright, so this one, oh yeah, and I remember now it takes a Allen wrench to get it tightened back into place. So let's see, I'm smelling gas. Maybe my little makeshift plug here is leaking just a little bit. That one there, that's Rodolfo crowing in the background. here we go. Get this put all back down in here and reach this around. Get it done. Alright, there's only one way for this to go in. There's a little bracket right here that goes in that hole. So let's go ahead and try to get that part done. There, we got that much done. We'll go get our Allen wrench. I want to say this was metric. I don't remember for sure. I've worked on all sorts of things between now and the last week when I pulled that out. So here's a couple of these. Let me get those metric out just in case since we're here. There's the metric. Man, we're close. So once we get that back one installed correctly, then all we really have to do is just bolt this thing back up. And you know, we got a lot of wires here. They're delicate. We don't want to get crazy with them. There's our Allen head bolt. Yeah, it is metric. You go, Mr. Antonio the rooster. Okay. That's nice and snug. And now we're ready to turn this thing around and get it mounted in its place. Let's see what else we got to do here to make this happen. Not sure what that goes to. Start getting some of these things out of our way. This is one of the cooling lines. Alright, our fuel line. Not sure if that goes over or under. Probably under. Like that. There we go, that's what was holding us up. Well, try not to jack anything up, try not to pull any cables out, try not to mess anything up. Something's holding me up. Pretty sure it's that fuel line. Man, it'd be so much nicer to have this in a different configuration. There we go. Getting closer. One of these goes over here. You know, we just don't want. We want to make sure we're not pinching anything. We're not crossing any wires, getting them in the bind, getting to where we can't get to them. Yes, I'm sure what that goes to. I think it's this capacitor looking thing up here. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that plugged in while we're at it. I think we're there. I think all we have to do is kind of run our lines. Let's see, we had one of these go right here. One of the cooling lines, run it through the grommet. Put your clamp back on it. We'll get it plugged into place. Same thing on the other side. Got it started. Just gotta keep on pushing. Okay, that one's in. Make sure we got it bottomed out. Our clamp out of the way. Little by little, stretch that back out. Alright. Got a hose clamp on there. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I hate for you to just hear me grunting and not see anything. Let's get a screwdriver on that thing. Guess I should have all my tools there, but like I said, I don't remember what all I did last time. So there's a screwdriver there to get us started. Here's the fuel sensor and the pieces that broke off of it. We'll get to that here shortly. Alright. Wind's picking up. We got a nice little breeze blowing. That makes this nicer. Okay, we got one cooling line back on. See if we can find the other one. Here's the other one. Maybe we can get to that one once we have everything installed in place. Let's see. Move like that's the deal. Alright. I'll go ahead and try to get a bolt started on this thing here. Hey. Still trying to get that first bolt in there. Let's see. That gets us a little bit closer. Yep. Stretch it out a little bit. Not the video, but me. This should be the easy part, right? Just bolting it back up. That's where having this glove compartment out or storage box out would really help. You can see what you're doing. You can get another hand in there. Yep. It is what it is. Just takes a little bit. You gotta keep on getting after it. And my arm's getting tired right now, so I'm just kind of chilling for a minute. And maybe I'll go ahead and cut this thing off and get it in there. You guys know what I'm trying to do. Give it one more try here. Get something to get a little more comfortable with. Maybe get up in there a little higher, taller, different position. Look in there and see what's stopping us. So maybe this oil line. There we go. That's our first hole. I can just get her started. My goodness. Alright, there's one hole. Okay, that one started. Let's see if we can get another hole in. There's the second hole. Well, I'm glad y'all got to see this. There's the third hole. In, and here's the fourth hole. All right, we're in. So now only a couple things left to do. Get this cooling line installed over here, get my other two wires plugged into the front, get it tightened down, get my fuel line put back in, and we're good to go. Then we hook up the battery and try to fire it all up and see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here a second, re-download, make sure that you're getting all this, and then we'll come back and finish it up. And that'll give me a little second to rest my arm there. That EMM, it's not all that heavy and it's not difficult to do, but you saw, right? Sometimes it's the easy things that they give us a problem. So, all right, y'all, I'll be back here in just a second. All right, YouTube, let's wrap this bad boy up. Took the liberty to take a few minutes here and take care of a few things offline, off camera, just to speed things up. I got the cooling line installed. Yeah, now I kind of wish I didn't. I got my dang clamp in a hard place, so we're gonna have to pull it back off and redo it. So you get to see how I pulled it off to begin with. There we go. Get this clamp on there with the screw part on the top instead of on the bottom, so we can get it into place and be able to screw it down just like that. Alright, had to put a little juicy juice on there to get it to go on a little easier. Some of you might be wondering what juicy juice is, so I'll show you here. A little bit of that, put it on there, straight off the lips of the man. Get our hose put on. It's a whole lot easier the first time. There we go. There we go, I think. Alright, let's see. Get our hose clamp in place and tighten it down. Get down in here so you can see what I'm doing here, talking about, in case you're not seeing it. There. Alright. That on there. There you go. Tighten that one up. And that one is our input. The other one is our output. And you can tell which one the output is because it goes back to the exhaust part of the line where, you know, it shoots out the water. So, all right. That one is nice and tight now. So, input, output. Here's our electrical lines. Just kind of put them in place. They only go in one way. You got these little runners right here, so don't be afraid of plugging them in the wrong way. And there we go. Both of those are in. This is the line that goes to the fuel filter. I installed this one here to keep the fuel from running out. Got one more yeah, I should have one more hose clamp in here somewhere. Guess maybe it fell off down in the hole, so we're gonna have to figure out where that went. And take this off, put this one on. Maybe it didn't have a hose clamp on it. No, it did. You can see the everything from it right there. So just dig in here one more time. Maybe I'll put it up front. Nope. All right. little showstopper. So I think I got a bag of hose clamps somewhere. I'll go get those real quick. And then all that's left is to get our fuel line plugged back in, and then get our battery hooked back up, and we're ready to test. So hang on, we'll be right back. And you know, we got to do this right. Make sure we don't leave anything off. I'm going to stretch around down here and see if maybe, oh, look at here, look there. Oh, Mr. Willie, look at what rabbit he pulled out of his butt. Right on, down deep in the bottom. So, alright, we're good there. Let's go ahead and get rid of our little makeshift gas line plug. Put the right one back in. And get this thing tightened down. Gotta love it when a plan comes into fruition. Oh, y'all, we're so close to figuring out if this thing's gonna fire up. Let me rephrase that. We're so close to hearing this thing fire up. Right on. Alright, so I put the bolt back into the nut to keep from losing the nut on the battery. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Hope you can. Alright, here's our two power lines that go in. Oh man, I'm starting to get antsy. We're so close, so close, so close. This bad boy is going to fire up here in the next 5 minutes. Okay. Got this big old screwdriver here that does the trick. Actually, let me go ahead and do it this way. That's 10 millimeter. That's going to work even better. So we're going to start it. Put it in there. Get down in here. And get a wrench on there and socket. Hopefully that's in the nut. Can't see. We'll be able to tell here in a minute if it's starting to screw into it or not. Well, it hasn't started, so just move things around a little bit till we get it in there. Go back to the screwdriver. Something fell off my screwdriver. Alright. It's not starting, so try to raise that nut up a little bit. Sure we don't ground anything out here. Alright. There's the little milk cows. Let's take a look at them while I'm over here trying to screw this dang post back in. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's always the little things that give us the problems. Let's see. Okay, the nut is in place. You can see it right there. You can see the thread. So let's just you guys know what I'm doing here. Gone through the same problem yourselves, I'm sure. My goodness. The only thing between me and success is a little old battery. A nut on the battery. So I'm trying to lift the nut up a little bit. Trying to get under it with the screwdriver. So that I can try to get this bolt screwed in there. I think that may have started it. Maybe not. Feels like it's getting tighter. Oh yeah. Alright. Let's go ahead and crank down on that bad boy. Oh man, I'm so excited. Why it's not tightening. Let's try this way. Something wrong. Get my trusty little stool here. Back in here. See what's going on. Figure out why. You know, this is the easy part, man. It's always the easy parts that give us heartache. Feeling like I may have stripped it out, or it's not. Maybe it's not really in. Maybe the nut's turning. Shouldn't be. Well, something not right. Let's pull it out. Start over. I don't mean to give you a view of the gravel. Just my head over here. Alright. Put you on hold just a second. Get back to this. Alright, YouTube, so yeah, we definitely had a stripped out bolt and battery. So I pulled out the old battery that's bad and took one off of it and put it on there. And now it's on, so you know, now as far as I can tell, everything that we've been needing to do is done, and now we're at the point that we're ready to try to fire this thing up. So just to give you a little shot of the battery, see, here's battery, it's on nice and tight, and yeah, got a little switch here. We're going to go ahead and turn it on. Got our kill switch in there. Now we'll try to fire it up, and well, either our buddy that fixed our EMM is going to be a hero or a zero, and we're going to have a running jet ski, or we're going to cry, and surely we don't want to cry. So let's give it a run here, see what happens, y'all. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, YouTube, that's what I'm talking about. We're back in business. So the old boy that got this thing going for me, his name is Harris. They call him Harris Cook, Fitch EMM Repair. That's his address, 4636 Lebanon Pike, PMB 343, Hermitage, Tennessee 37076. Look him up on Google, and I believe it's EMM Repair. Old boy did me right. He's got a flat fee that he charges. When you find them online, you'll see what his flat fee is. I think just off the top of my head it's $450 or something like that, $425, $450. He says 3-day turnaround. Mine was a little bit more than that, but I was in really no big hurry because of the crazy nights that I work and the schedule that I have. Main thing is I wanted it back for my 6 days off, or when I have a week off every 6 weeks. That's coming up here in another couple weeks, so timing wise it got here at a perfect time. And you just went through the whole shebang of getting it put in. You see what it took to get it done. It's not rocket science. If you got a little bit of mechanic skills and electrical skills to you, you can do it. It didn't take much at all, and man, hey, look at here. So happy, man, I'm happy as can be. So next video we're going to get to fixing this part right here where it says warning fuel, and it shows that we're empty, or shows nothing at all. I'm going to show you how I take this cable off of our old fuel sensor. Let me show you the fuel sensor. What I've determined is that the fuel sensor was bad, right? And it's got a little procedure in the book, and I'll show you all that, and we'll go through it. And when I took it apart, it's got this little board PCB that goes hooked up to all this nonsense up here, and that was bad, and that was the whole problem. The way that these things work is these floats go up, and as they go up the resistance changes, and as the resistance changes it sends out a signal which the computer converts to 0 to 5 milliamp, or 0 to 5 volts, depending on whatever it is that they have it set for. I don't know for sure what it is in this case, but that's what tells the readout how much fuel you have, whether it's full or empty, or whatever point it is in between. So these things are $200 or $300 brand new. You get your used one, pretty good chance it's not going to last. In my case, I want to get past not being able to see the rest of my readout, because we're kind of locked in on this warning low fuel, no fuel, fuel sensor not working error. The potentiometer that I'm going to put in there, which you could put it, hardwire a resistor in there. The book tells you what resistance these are all set at, 0 to, I believe it's a little bit over 8,000 ohms. But again, we'll get into that on the next video, and I'll show you how I took it apart, what I determined, why I bought the 10-turn 10k ohm potentiometer, or pot as they call them, and how I'm going to wire it in, how they work, what it takes to get past this signal, and I'll show you that it does work, and we'll get to where my whole readout works, and we're not getting this warning. I hope you can see what I'm looking at there. Warning, fuel. Warning, fuel. Right? So, as I said in one of my previous videos, when I got out there and I was running this thing, ever since I got it, I've had that error. So I haven't been able to get past that error. So I didn't know if I was having any other issues with this machine, because I had that, and it won't let you get past that. The only other thing that'll show is your speed. So, all right, YouTube, man, what an awesome day. Awesome day. I'm so fired up. I got my jet ski going. Pretty soon I'll take it back out on the water. You can see what few amount of tools we needed to get this done. You saw what it took to get it done. Now it's time for you to go get yours done. If you have any questions, feel free to get with me here on this next video, or maybe right at the end of this video I'll add his information. That's Harris at EMM Repair, www.emmrepair. I believe that's it. If not, look it up on Google, or stay tuned to the little section right at the end of this video where it has his information. And dude's kind of cut and dry, but if you get past that, man, he's a hero. Got me going. One more time. Oh man, I unplugged my kill switch here. So one more time, we'll fire this thing up for y'all. You saw, what all we went through in the beginning, right? When we had no spark. I showed you how I pulled out the plugs, and we checked to see if we had spark, and sometimes we had it here, sometimes on number 3, sometimes on number 2. Number 1 never had any fire. Showed you how we went through all the troubleshooting, and we finally got to the point and determined that, yes, it has to be the EMM. So, we went out on a leap of faith. We sent this thing off, got it repaired, got it back, basically within a week and a half, 2 weeks at the most. Got it installed in about an hour's time. Probably could have done it quicker if I had all my tools right here and wasn't trying to blah blah blah. And here you go. We did it. Yes. Oh man. All right, YouTube, have a great day. Thank you for sticking with me, and I appreciate all your good wishes. And man, get your jet ski rolling. You got any questions, let me know. Give old Harris a call. He's got my for sure, he's a good guy. Check off. It was a pleasant experience. The money was right, timing was good, and the outcome, well, you can't beat it. All right, Willie Lacalle. Got our Kawasaki jet ski rolling, folks. Right on.